When did you realize the phrase, "you can't save everyone," is actually true? I was 23 when Logan called me crying at 2 a.m. saying he was getting evicted. We'd been best friends since middle school, so obviously I helped. Sent him $800 for rent. 2 months later, same call. His car broke down, needed $600. Then it was medical bills, then his mom's surgery, then Christmas gifts for his kids. Over 3 years, I gave him maybe $15,000. I'm not rich. I was waiting tables and doing DoorDash on weekends to cover it. My girlfriend kept saying I was being used, but Logan was my brother, you know? He was just going through a rough patch after his divorce. He'd always say he was applying for jobs, that something would come through soon. I believed him. I wanted to believe him. Then I'm at Target one random Tuesday, and I see Logan's ex-wife in the checkout line. I almost walked away, but she saw me. We got coffee. She asked if I was still lending him money. I said yeah, that he was really trying to get back on his feet. She pulled out her phone and showed me his Venmo. Hundreds of transactions, sports betting apps, casino names I recognized. Then she showed me screenshots, Logan bragging in some group chat about his system, about how he was due for a big win. He'd never looked for a single job. He was gambling everything. My money, his child support, everything. I texted him that night. He didn't even deny it. Just said, "Man, I've got a problem. Can you help me get into rehab?" I blocked his number. But let me back up, because it wasn't that simple. It never is. Logan and I met in 7th grade when his family moved into the apartment complex next to mine. We both sucked at basketball but played anyway. Spent entire summers riding bikes to the gas station for Slurpees. Stayed up until 3 a.m. playing Call of Duty on school nights. He was the first person I came out to when I realized I was bi. I was the only one who showed up to his dad's funeral sophomore year. That kind of friendship, you don't just walk away from it. So when he called that first night, voice shaking, saying his landlord was threatening to change the locks and his 2 kids would have nowhere to sleep, what was I supposed to do? Say no? I'd just gotten my tax refund. I had the money. It felt like fate, honestly, like I was supposed to help him. He came over the next day to pick up the cash, hugged me so tight I could barely breathe, kept saying, "I'm gonna pay you back, bro. I swear soon as I get my next check." He'd been working construction, he said, but they'd cut his hours because of weather delays. Made sense. It was February, snowing every other day. My girlfriend Jennifer was in the bedroom when he came by. After he left, she came out with her arms crossed. "You just gave him $800? He's about to be homeless. He has a mom. He has a sister. Why are you the one paying his rent?" I told her she didn't understand, that Logan's family was barely scraping by themselves, that his mom was working 2 jobs just to keep her own lights on. Jennifer just shook her head and went back to the bedroom. 2 months later, the car call came. Logan was sobbing harder this time. Said his transmission died on the highway and he was stranded. Needed $600 for the tow and the repairs, or he couldn't get to job interviews. He'd been applying everywhere, he said. Had 3 interviews lined up next week. I just worked a double shift and pulled in maybe $150 in tips. I was exhausted. It was 11 p.m., but I could hear the desperation in his voice, that raw panic that makes your chest tight. So I told him to send me the mechanic's info, and I'd Venmo him in the morning. Jennifer saw the Venmo notification on my phone while we were having breakfast. She didn't say anything at first, just stared at the screen. Then, quietly, "Again? His car broke down. So he calls you? Not AAA? Not his mom? Not his insurance? You? I told you, his family doesn't have money. Neither do we." She slammed her coffee mug down, and I watched the liquid slosh over the rim onto the table. "We were supposed to go to your sister's wedding in Colorado. We can't afford the plane tickets now. You know that, right?" I did know that. I'd been trying not to think about it. "I'll pick up extra shifts," I said. "You're already working 6 days a week." Her voice cracked. "When do I get to see you? When do we get to save for our future? When does it become about us instead of Logan?"